How old were you when you first realized that these books were about you?
I mean, my mom just kind of did it for fun at first. Growing up, I would never read books just because there was nothing that interested me. So she started writing, and I started reading them, and then got a little more serious, and she started sending them out to publishers, and one liked them, and said her first book was actually a football story. And so growing up in Canada, the publisher asked if she could focus more on hockey, and then so it just kind of took off from there.
Well, the majority of the book, it showcases you kind of playing hockey. How did you really get into that then?
I mean, just growing up in Canada and my dad being around the game so much, every snow day or every weekend I'd, spend every morning at the rink with him, whichever team he was, coaching for or playing. So it was really cool, growing up and getting to meet some of the people I got to meet, and they, all had a pretty big influence on my life as far as hockey goes.
You played in the BCHL for juniors. How did you find your way to playing here at Vermont?
The BCHL is a great league, and it's heavily scouted by most schools. I talked to Kyle Wallach, our assistant coach here, pretty often throughout my second year in the league. I had committed to Bentley originally, and thought that my play in the second half had kind of warranted hopefully more scholarship money. So it was definitely a financial factor in decommitting from Bentley, and then Mike Santaguida and Michael Stenerson, who are also here with me, and as well as Drew Best, they were all on the team with me in Surrey. So it's close to home. It's 3.5 hours from Ottawa, and there were some familiar faces, so it seemed like an easy choice.
Well, you got to compete last year at the hockey semifinals at the Garden. What will you have to do in order to help the team to get back there this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the team's got to stick together through the highs and lows, like you mentioned. Me personally wouldn't mind putting the puck in the net a little more times, but I think as a whole, I think we believe that we can make it there. We've played almost every Hockey East team so far this year, and have played them pretty tight. So, a couple bounces here and there, and we could have a couple more wins. So we're confident, and we think that we can make some noise once we get into playoffs.
Out of all the books, which one's your favorite?
Probably the first one. It's called Brady and the Great Rink, and I think it's special just because it's the first one. It's probably the most well known.
Have you ever used the fact that you're the main character in children's book to pick up chicks?
No, I have not. That's never been my lead remark, but that once the
You're
word...
getting quite red.
Yeah, I know.
Just letting you know. So I don't know if that's giving it away or not.
No,
but
once the word gets out, it definitely doesn't hurt though.
Does it work?
I mean, I think a lot of females think it's kind of adorable. That I'm a character in a children's book. I don't know. It was a little embarrassing growing up, but
now it works to your advantage.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to say now. Brady loved winter. He loved winter because he loved hockey. Hockey was all he thought about. He thought about it so much that everyone had to call him twice to get his attention. It drove his family crazy. Brady, is your bed made? Brady, hat-trick wants out. Brady, you're spilling your milk. Pretty soon, they just called him Brady. It was easier that way. Brady was on a team called the Ice Hogs. The rink they played at was right around the corner from Brady's house. It wasn't far, but Brady always left early so he could be the first one there. One Saturday morning, the Ice Hogs were playing a nasty team called the Dragoons. The Dragoons were undefeated. Brady was excited and a little nervous as he headed to the rink. So I'll show the pitch.
Show the pitch. Thank you. I want to see. There you go. You got it.
On the way in, Brady always said hello to his friend Chester. Chester was the Ice Hogs goalie and the smartest kid Brady knew. He often helped Brady with his math. Chester also helped the concession stand before every game. He said munching on popcorn instead of thinking about flying pucks got rid of the butterflies in his stomach. Brady noticed that Chester looked especially jittery today. "See you in the dressing room, Chester," Brady waved on his way past. "Sure, Brady," mumbled Chester, but he did not wave back.
So now, how much of this is accurate right now? Is this...
I don't have a friend named Chester, so that's just kind of...
Yeah.
Early on, she didn't incorporate a lot of like personal things.
Yeah.
You know, she was just kind of right to try to get good stories out
Yeah.
there, and then.
I learned, I read that you learned how to read through these.
Yeah.
Is that?
I mean, I wasn't the strongest reader growing up, and like I said, I would never read any other books. So,
Yeah.
this, you know, definitely helped me out. And, flat, the puck landed in Chester's outstretched glove. Holy moly, what a goalie! The Ice Hogs, Holly. They jumped over the boards to mob Chester, who still hadn't moved. Chester was still holding the game puck as they hoisted him onto their shoulders. I knew you could do it, Brady said proudly to his friend, and the Ice Hogs' great goalie.
That's adorable. Oh my gosh. You did that pretty well.
Yeah, I have some practice.
Yeah, just a little.
Usually there's no cameras.
Oh yeah, yeah.